Yo, what is going on, guys? Got some 1.0 gameplay for you guys. I am playing Omnimon Blue, which is arguably one of the best decks coming out of the 1.0 format. Now, I'm up against Yellow, which is arguably one of the weaker decks coming out of 1.0. I don't agree with that, but anyways, I don't know what I'm saying. So, got some gameplay for you guys. Probably going to be doing a decent amount of 1.0 games just to help people get ready for the new format, and lots of people seem to be enjoying it and, excited to play the English release. I am super hyped to get the English release. I remember back a couple months ago when we weren't even sure that Digimon was getting an English release, so it is just a godsend that this is able to happen. And not only were we getting 1.0, but we're also getting 1.5 in February. The official release for 1.0 is in January. So back to back, we're getting two awesome sets. And I'm just really excited for Great Legend. If you've been watching my channel, you know I've been covering the Great Legend cards. And I want to play those cards. I don't care about anything else. I want those cards right now. But anyways, guys. So let's go ahead and get into the commentary. I'm playing against what seems to be like more of a starter deck build. Of Yellow, which is cool. One thing I do like about the starter decks, and I would highly encourage you guys who don't have any Digimon cards yet, or maybe are just looking to get into the game, to start out with the starter decks, hence why they're called starter decks, and just get 2 of each. That will allow you to get 4 of every single card in the deck, and you can make a pretty decent deck with just the starter deck cards. So we are going to see on my field right now, I've got a Grizzlymon in the raising area, and then I've got my Elecmon on field. And my opponent was able to bring out his Angemon, and then he's got a Unimon set up as well. So looks like we both got 1 blocker a piece, and I don't actually have any Megas, so what I might do is just start Digivolving. Or I could just play that Gabumon. That'll give me the same advantage. I'll just be able to draw 1 card. And since neither of us is playing Tamers, or at least we haven't seen if we are or not, I don't really want to give him too much memory. I want to play the memory game. I want to give him as little as possible and make it so that he has to, he can really only do 1 action every single turn. So I'm just going to put down that Gabumon for 3 and draw a card. I did draw into the Omnimon, so that is awesome. Now all I'm missing is either a Plesiomon or a Metal Garurumon, and I'll be good to go, be able to take out anything that he puts down that I don't like. And if he does happen to put down 2 things with the same name, that is going to be unfortunate for him. But he's just going to flip over that Nyaromon, not going to Digivolve it, probably doesn't have a rookie in hand, which is unfortunate, and then is just going to put down the starter deck Magna Angemon. I'm going to go, starting my turn with 2 memory, and that is the thing with giving your opponent 1 memory every single turn. If they do want to advance their game state, they're going to have to commit, something that costs 2 or 3. So that's going to give me 2 memory, and I'm going to put down the Leomon. Unfortunately for me, I don't have a rookie either. I ended up playing the Elecmon, so maybe I should have kept that in my hand, but whatever. So I put down the Leomon and then put down another blocker, so if he does decide to attack with the 2 memory I'm giving him, that'll be fine. So I did actually draw into a Plesiomon, which is awesome. So next turn, I will most likely put down the Zudomon, because he doesn't have anything that lacks Digivolution materials. So where Garurumon won't be too good right now, but I will probably put down the Zudomon, maybe take out a couple of materials from the Magna Angemon, and then go into Plesiomon, Omnimon afterwards, hopefully. So he's just going to Digivolve into the Patamon, and even with 2 memory, he is able to still make a solid move. Digivolves into Magnadramon for 2, and that is awesome because his turn is, it is still his turn, right? He has 0 memory, and he'll be able to attack with that 12,000 beater. So he's just going to attack my security, reveal a Garurumon, and it's going to die. And he's actually going to gain 1 memory because of the Angemon underneath his Magnadramon, and then he's just going to put down a Salamon for 2, leaving me with only 1 memory, so pretty good move on his part. Now, I don't really have too much of a choice here. I do have 2 blockers, so that's going to hopefully deter him from attacking with either of his rookies that will be on the field. And if I do need to sacrifice one of them, that's fine. He could run over with the Magnadramon, but realistically, I could put down the Zudomon just to get rid of a couple materials, but I decide to put down the Were Garurumon instead, since he does have the Salamon now. He probably won't just attack with that, because I do have the I was going to say Bearmon, the Grizzlymon, so that will most likely stay on the field. Monzaimon might have been a better strategy, just because that would have left him with 1 memory as well. So then that way he would only get one action for the turn, and then I'd just be able to put down a Plesiomon most likely, and then Omnimon as well. But the potential for taking out 4 security cards with Weregurumon on underneath the Omnimon was just too appealing for me, so I had to go for that. But he's got 4 Digimon on field. Let's see what he'll do. Potentially attack with the Magnedramon, and what he could Digivolve into a champion. Yep, so we're going to see a Gatomon, putting him at 0 memory, but he's not going to be able to get out a very strong Digimon afterwards. So he actually did end up attacking with the Salamon. So yeah, I think Monzaimon probably would have been the better play there. And then he's going to attack with the Magnedramon as well, getting rid of 2 of my security cards, leaving me with 2. So I haven't actually made a dent in his security. I do have the Gabumon, so that's nice. I'll be able to put that down on top of the Upamon. So I ended up blocking the Gatomon with my Grizzlymon. So not sure why he ended up attacking, because like he should, like if he was going to attack, he should have attacked with Gatomon first, so that if I did end up blocking with Grizzlymon, he could just run over it with the Magnedramon. And then we are going to see a TK42. That is the starter deck TK that gives all of his security Digimon plus 2,000. So that is actually going to be relevant. Now, since we know he's playing Magnedramon, that makes Magnedramon in security 14,000. So I'm going to put down Plesiomon here. I'm going to attack most likely. This was kind of like a little bit risky. I probably should not have attacked here. I do get to take out 1 security card, and it's just a Unimon, so it's not too big of a deal. But for one, I didn't even get the security tech plus 1 because he doesn't have any Digivolution, like Digimon lacking materials. And 2, like I mentioned, he's playing Magnedramon. He's also playing Seraphimon, so that was also 12,000 in security. So honestly, that Plesiomon probably should have died, and I would have just been screwed because then I have a dead Omnimon in my hand. But yeah, that was not the best play. Luckily, it did work out, but I probably should have just put down Omnimon and not attacked. Anyways, I'm going to put it down, get rid of his Magnedramon, and then it's going to pass over him. He does have 6 memory, but I can take out, like, basically most of his security next turn. I could take out 4 cards if I do attack with the Gabumon and the Leomon. 5 if I want to attack with Grizzlymon, but I'm probably not going to do that. He's just going to put down a Patamon and then Digivolve into Anjouamon. Unfortunately, he is not going to be able to get that recovery plus 1, but it's going to cost him 3 and then put me at 1 after he Digivolves into Seraphimon. This is a starter deck Seraphimon. Not too big of a fan of this one, but again, it is pretty decent for a starter deck card, and it just really goes to show that you shouldn't underestimate this card, because he does have a way to get around Omnimon, technically. We'll see that a little bit later, but I'm just going to attack with Omnimon, add the Plesiomon back to my hand, restand him, and then I will be able to attack again. So we are going to see a strike of the 7 stars here. That will be able to get rid of any of my Digimon aside from Omnimon. He could have, if he had used it on the Omnimon, I probably wouldn't have attacked if he did. But if he did, and I did attack, it would have died to the Magnedramon right there. Now keep in mind that Magnedramon was 14,000. Anyways, he's going to get rid of my blocker, and then I'm going to attack again. Attack with the Leomon, it didn't end up dying, and then I'm just going to attack with the Gabumon, because I'm like, you know what, why not? He has hardly any security left, so I'm just going to put down an Elecmon, put him at 1 memory, so this is awesome. Now he has 2 Digimon on field. Now, I don't know actually why he didn't bring out his Patamon, and then also, now he's attacking with Seraphimon. And then he also played, I forget the name of that card, but it reduces my DP, I believe, by 4,000 or 3,000 or something, and then Seraphimon reduces it again. So he's actually able to get rid of the Omnimon. The problem is I still have, 1, he doesn't have enough Digimon on field, and then 2, I still have a couple more in play. So he's just going to scoop, and we're going to go to game 2. So game 2, my opponent is going to start. Now, my opening hand is like, it's kind of, it's okay, it's good enough. I do have the Elecmon, Garurumon, and the Metal Garurumon combo, but I would have liked to draw on like a Monzaimon or like, maybe like a Gomon or something. Anyways, so we're just going to see a Nyarumon flipped. And then we are going to see a hard-played Omnimon for 5. So it leads me to believe my opponent didn't actually have any rookies, which is unfortunate. I'm going to flip over an Upamon. Now this hand is amazing. This is definitely good enough. So I'm just going to put down the Garurumon. I can pretty much go all the way to Metal Garurumon if I want to. So now I'm just going to Digivolve Monzaimon for a 2, and then most likely just going... I could put down the Plesiommon, but at this point I want to go Metal Garurumon because I do have the Garurumon underneath it, so I'll be able to attack multiple times. Now I'm going to Digivolve that and then leave my opponent with 2. He's going to go, and now if he does have a Magnantimon or something, you know, that'll put him over the memory, like it'll put him over 0. And he did draw the Patamon, so that's nice. And then he might put down that Gatomon, maybe. And then a Magna Angemon for 3. So leaving me at 3 is not the best idea. And at this point, I'm already in such a huge lead. I have a very powerful Digimon on field, and you know we've seen what he's got. He's got it's not Magna Angemon. He's got Seraphimon and he's got Magnadramon. So nothing too crazy, but I'm just going to attack and then play that Garurumon, restand my Metal Garurumon, attack again, and use its effect again to potentially play the Elecmon? Maybe? Do I not do that? Okay, I guess I didn't do that. That is a huge misplay on my part. I apologize, guys. But yeah, I could have definitely played the Elecmon as well and just gotten another Digimon on field for free. I'm just going to put down the Zudomon and then get rid of his Digivolution material. And I could put down Plesiomon as well. Not really a reason to not do that. Or a Gomamon if I just want an extra body, and then I can Digivolve that up into a blocker the following turn. So yep, I'm just going to put down Gomamon, and now he's got 3 security and a lot of powerful Digimon to deal with. So we're just going to see a Magnadramon put down. He is going to attack my Metal Garurumon, and he actually does get a minus 1000, but regardless, he's going to die. And then he is going to bring out that Gatomon, actually. We kind of forgot about that. But yeah, not too much he can do here. Yellow doesn't have any level 7, so I don't have to worry about that. And next turn, if he does give me more than... Even if he gives me 2, well, it depends if I draw an Omnimon or not. But anyways, I could put down a Plesiomon and start attacking. He's actually going to Digivolve into Angemon for 3, and then get the Recovery plus 1. So it's going to go over to me. I'm going to draw a flip over an Upamon, and I do have a couple of rookies, so I'm just going to use that Gomamon. And luckily, I did draw into the Omnimon, so now I've got a really solid play. I can't even talk. And yeah, so I'm just going to put down Plesiomon for 2. Most likely going to use Omnimon on the Magnadramon, because I can't really attack over him this turn. So yep, just going to draw 1. And then get rid of his 12,000 vanilla. So that is going to put me in a very good position. I will have 4 security attacks next turn if I choose to attack with all of my Digimon, but regardless, Omnimon will be able to hit twice. Now, I do actually have even more plays if I wanted to, you know, go into Monzaimon and the Metal Garurumon, etc. So I'm just looking, and like it looks like I'm control in this game. So he's going to put down the Patamon, draw a card. He does have 5 memory, so let's see what he can do. So it's going to go over to my opponent. Now, with Omnimon and 2 Gomamon in play, it looks like I'm going to be in the lead here. He's going to put down that Unimon for 5, which is not a bad play at all, especially because he knows I'm going to have a couple rookies to deal with. He's just going to go ahead and swing at security with the Angemon now. Not sure if I agree with that, because yeah, I'm just going to be able to attack over it. Like, he does have the blocker, but either way, now he's just losing a Digimon. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw after he plays that TK. So now he has double TK, so this is where it could actually come down to the wire. Like, if he does have a Magnadramon in security, it will be 16,000, which is actually strong enough to kill Omnimon. So TK putting in work. I'm going to go ahead and draw. My hand's looking pretty crazy. I could, yep, so I'm going to definitely put down that Gorillamon for 1. And no reason to not attack with Omnimon here, aside from, like, you know, being scared of a Magnadramon, but I'm just going to attack his Angemon. He is thinking about whether to block or not, chooses to not block. And now I could attack his security, So yep, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Run into the Magna Omnimon, which was at 11,000, by the way. So now yeah, I was skipping a step there. I'm going to put down the Monzaimon and then put my opponent at 1 memory. So now I will be set up for the Metal Garurumon play the following turn. And then I still got Omnimon on the field. And with only 3 security, 1 blocker, my opponent is not looking too good right now. So he does have the Patamon in the raising area and then the Unimon on field. However, really the only thing he could do is maybe put down an Angemon or something like that. So we are going to see Gate of Destiny. That's going to give his Unimon 3,000 attack. I think I said it was a DP reduction card earlier. I apologize for that. But yeah, so he's going to actually attack with the Unimon, which is like, that's a terrible play, to be honest. But it just shows how desperate he was. He wasn't winning either way, but at least if he didn't attack, like one... He would have kept the Unimon. I'm probably just going to attack over it. Or not. Like, maybe I just don't care. I guess it doesn't matter at this point. But yeah, like, now he just can't block. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack, kill that Patamon in security. And now I'm going to Digivolve into Plesiomon as opposed to the Metal Garurumon. It doesn't, yeah, a Metal Garurumon would have been fine. I wouldn't have been able to attack with it, but it would have left him at 1 security. But either way, I'm just going to attack with a Gomamon for the last security. Gomamon is going to die. And with that, I'm just going to put down an Elecmon. So I've got 3 security left. He's got 2 Digimon. So I didn't even really need to kill the Unimon there. So realistically, he could maybe Magna Angemon. What is that? Angemon, if he wants to get that recovery play, that would put him over, and it would actually, he would still lose because that would only be recovery +1. If he was playing Magna Dramon, that might be helpful because then he could get recovery +2, but he's just going to put down a Tapirmon and passed over for me, and that is going to be game. So guys, if you did enjoy that video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.